Welcome to another video of APRICOT. In the previous videos, I have discussed APRICOT as a bioinformatics software for the functional characterization of RNA-binding proteins. I have demonstrated how to work with APRICOT, how to get it from pip and git, what are the subcommands in APRICOT that you can use. I have demonstrated it by means of run script from our Git repository. To run this run script, I use demonstration file because to run a real case query proteins, APRICOT requires dependencies of tools and databases which are large in size, and if you just want to check if the software works, you don't really need all that. But to really do your own analysis, you need all the databases and software. One solution that I came up with was Docker. Basically, I didn't come up with, brilliant people came up with it. All the bioinformatics community has been using it for last years. And I just wanted to deploy APRICOT software using one of these solutions of Docker. In this video, I'll be talking about what Docker is, what are the Docker images and container, how to work with APRICOT using Docker. What is Docker? If you check the dictionary, it stands for a person who works at a port, putting goods onto and taking them off ships. So what is it doing in bioinformatics? It's a software which allows you to build, ship, and run your own software along with its all dependency, and it allows you to run it independent of environment. Docker is an open source program that is used for containerization of Linux application and its dependency. It makes sure that your software does not break because one of the dependency is missing, because when you supply your Docker image, you make sure that you have it in your image. It guarantees a clean and portable runtime environment of a standard program so that it can run on different Linux environment. So if you go through the documentation on docker.com, it clearly says Docker provides a way to run almost any application securely isolated in a container. It does not influence the rest of the environment, or rest of the environment does not influence Docker container. Docker has three main components: image, registry, and container. Docker images are read-only build component of Docker. In order to create image, one can write Docker file where all the commands for all the software are given. So you make sure that everything that your software requires are there in your image. These images can be submitted to public or private stores, which is called Registry. In our case, we use Docker Hub. It allows upload and download of the image. Container is created using image. A container holds everything that is needed to run an application. In case of APRICOT, we have our Docker image, which comprises of all the domain databases, prediction tools, taxonomy data, function annotation resources, Python component, APRICOT library, etc. And this is available in Docker Hub, which is the link is right here, which I have opened here. You can get Docker image of APRICOT using this pull command. So let's try to pull it. So before that, you can check immediately if you have Docker installed. In my case, I have it installed, as you can see it here on the top, but you can also check it by calling Docker images. So as you can see, I don't have any image. However, my Docker is running. If I use this command, it starts pulling each component of APRICOT. So I don't want to wait until it is actually pulled down, so I'm gonna stop it. I have it installed in one of my environment, and if I look at Docker images, you can see that my file is right here. So I can run this Docker image by calling docker run the name of the Docker image. So I'm inside my Docker file now. So if I can go to, I'm here. I have my APRICOT from GitHub, and I have resource file here, which has all the reference file that I might require for my analysis. Alright, so if you remember that we used our example file, which was in our tutorial, I can quickly go there and I can get that. So I'm gonna download this. Alright. So I'm not going to go in detail of this code again because I've already explained in the last videos. So I'm going to need to set up analysis folder. I'm not going to get the small demonstration file because I have complete environment now. I'm going to use input query, class, select, run, and everything down here. In this case, I can even run the calculation of annotation score. So I'm going to uncomment that. So let's see if it runs or it breaks. Folder created, query taken. It's downloading information from UniProt. Alright, the XML and FASTA downloaded, keyword taken. This is going to take time because now rather than using small demonstration file, it's going to go through each entry of CDT and Interpro, which is quite a large set of information, and it will select all the domains that are relevant for our interest, which is RRM and KH. So I'll have to probably speed through this